show, your one-on-one with Wes the Sports Guy here on YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, and Odyssey, and online all the time at westhesportsguy.com. Make sure you bookmark that site. If you want to get the preview for the most likely will be an MLB season, we still don't know yet. Apparently there's a deadline of Monday, unless the players and the owners come to an agreement. They're probably going to end up canceling games during the regular season. Hey, aren't you happy for baseball to be coming back, maybe, in the eventual future? But make sure you bookmark westhesportsguy.com. Besides baseball previews that could be coming down the pipe, assuming we have an MLB season, you've also got the podcast link there at westhesportsguy.com. The links to all those video sites that I mentioned, YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, and Odyssey, social media links, it's all conveniently located for you at westhesportsguy.com. I'm going to play you a short clip back in mid-January of this year from a minority owner of the Golden State Warriors by the name of Chamath. I am not really going to try to attempt to pronounce his last name. It has just about every letter of the alphabet at the end of it. But this is quite telling to have a minority owner in the NBA currently and unapologetically admitting that he himself, and to a larger extent, most everybody else that he is affiliated with, does not care about the Uyghurs in China.
Nobody cares about. Nobody cares about what's happening to the Uyghurs. Okay, you bring it up because you really care, and I think that's nice that you care. The rest of us don't care. I'm just telling you a very hard.
Wait, you're saying you personally don't care?
I'm telling you a very hard, ugly truth. Okay, of all the things that I care about, yes, it is below my line. Okay, of all the things that I care about, it is below my line.
Disappointing.
Now, besides the obvious that is deplorable and downright unconscionable for a man of that stature to publicly and very blatantly say he does not care about the Uyghurs, the Uyghur Muslim population in China, and what is currently happening to them, which is a genocide. I know we don't like to say that word very often, but it's happening currently, every day in China. It's been happening for a while. And no, I will not continue to, be silent about this if those that are trying to keep this hush-hush, those in the Chairman Jipu regime of the Communist Chinese Party, or anybody allied with them, really, to that extent. I'm not going to keep quiet about this at all. Am I going to bring this up every single video? No. But I'm not going to stop talking about it until it's completely eradicated from the sense of the Communist Chinese Party stopping the evil that is committing a genocide against a minority population in their own sovereign country. Until that day happens, I won't shut up about it. But to get back at the problem at hand with Chamath, if that is how you pronounce his name, I don't really care for the most part, since his net worth is over $1 billion with a B. I'm sure he can afford to have somebody pronounce his name correctly for him every hour of every day. If he so chooses, he can afford that. But I, for one, am actually happy that he has said this publicly back in mid-January of this year. I appreciate that kind of honesty coming from him because I believe the majority feel the same way he does. Granted, do they actually want genocides to continue to happen till the end of time? I don't know. I mean, I can't read people's minds, but people in his position that are an owner, granted he's not the majority owner of the Golden State Warriors, which they pushed him aside pretty quickly and said, oh, no, we don't stand for that stuff. No, not at all. Publicly, you had to denounce that pretty fast if you're the Golden State Warriors, which they did. But I have to, again, thank the honesty here. I want this to be at the forefront constantly. When you look at, there's still a chunk of NBA players, granted it's not the majority, but you still have a chunk of NBA players that are profiting off of slave labor right now in China. 17 to be exact. That's still a problem for me. And I'm still going to continue to bring that up in the forefront when I talk about the NBA. When it gets closer to playoff time, you're probably going to still get me to post a playoff preview. Granted, I'm not going to go as in-depth as I normally would in genocidal times that we're currently in with the relationship with the NBA and China. But you're still going to get an NBA preview out of me. I'm just not going to really care all that much about it. Spitballing, it's probably going to be the Phoenix Suns and, I don't know, the Philadelphia 76ers if I had to really, say who it is right now. But hey, those are two of the best teams in the NBA. You can say the Milwaukee Bucks could repeat as champions too. I'm still looking at the standings. I'm not watching a single game of action, single second of it, but I can still look at the standings and see who's in contention right now. I could still see that my favorite team, the Los Angeles Lakers, still suck. Yes, they won a bubble championship with LeBron James. Woohoo, we did it. We got the one. With Anthony Davis, too. It was mainly because of him, not LeBron, but hey, I mean, whatever. Go Lakers. But I could still say it was a mistake trading for Russell freaking Westbrook. That was a mistake. And look, you're seeing the seeds of that playing out right in front of you. Huge mistake. So I could still comment on NBA type things from time to time. I could still have those opinions. I don't have to watch any of the game action to understand and keep track of things and see what's what. But if you want to call me a hypocrite for that, okay, so be it. But I'm not watching a single second of the action. You can ask anybody that I know. I haven't. I have not done it. If something pops up on the screen, well, then it's just either I divert my eyes or I'm looking on my phone, not paying much attention to it. But I want more of this honesty. I want it to be front and center. I don't want this to be buried. I don't want it to be shoved under the rug or anything like that. I want it to be out there in the open for all of you to decide. You yourself, you need to decide what is important to you. And for me, a game of basketball is not important when the league itself has a cushy relationship with the Communist Chinese Party of Chairman Jipu in China. Simple as that for me. So if you want to continue to watch the NBA, if you expect some NBA updates from yours truly, if you expect it at the website, westthesportsguy.com, you're not going to get a lot of it. It's not going to really happen all that often. I don't know. It's not part of my prerogative when you've got something so vile and evil happening currently, and it just wants to be kicked to the side. Like, we're not even going to deal with it right now. We're going to kick the can down the road, let somebody else deal with it. Something can effectively help in this matter. Granted, there's a lot of geopolitical things going on that I'm not going to get into that are complicating a lot of things. And I'm not saying that this would be solved immediately when the NBA would end that kind of relationship with the Communist Chinese Party. Obviously, that won't happen overnight. But there are little things they could do. And at this point, it's going to take a lot more than just ending those sponsorship deals for those NBA players. As I mentioned, there's 17 of them. It's going to take a very concerted effort on their part if they want to get somebody like myself or even the casual or hardcore fans, whichever category you fall in, to really start caring about this when stuff like this is happening. And you see it in front of your eyes. So, again, the NBA, you got a lot of soul searching to do. I hope you can turn this around fairly quickly. I do love the sport still. I do love some of the players that are currently playing in the NBA right now. Not all of them, but there are some that I will watch or would love to watch on a regular basis. But my hands are kind of at a position right now where I'm going to change the channel. And that's my prerogative. If you want to continue to watch, that's your prerogative too. But I will point out that if the Daytona 500 can outrate the NBA's huge extravaganza of their All-Star game, that's a telling sign for me going forward that the NBA is in a little bit of trouble. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell below to get notified when all the latest videos are posted on this channel, whether it be at YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, or Odyssey. All the links are conveniently located for you at westthesportsguy.com. Let's hope we get a baseball season. Let's get this thing going, guys. Players, owners, enough of the bullshit. Let's get a season going. I will see you next time.